think the guy who's spending all his time in Oklahoma is New York boy, Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. Oh, yeah.
I think he's spent quite a bit of time in Oklahoma.
He did. And
I
it
think
didn't help.
I think he is. I think he is. Well, when I was back east, he was just dumping ad money into the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I think that he is dumping ad money into New Hampshire and Iowa and New Hampshire.
Right.
And I think he is working Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much he's worked Iowa, New Hampshire, and all of that, but I mean, you kind of have to get through there. But I think he's really looking for Super Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Virginia is a Super Tuesday state. And I don't know if New Jersey is. I know Vermont, Minnesota.
Okay.
But here's the thing. You've got your carve-out states, and Bloomberg is, by and large, just ignoring them. And he said, I'm going to leapfrog ahead of you, and I'm going to win these other ones. Now, who was the last one to do that was actually Rick Santorum. Now, he did win Iowa. But he skipped Florida that one year they cut in line, and Nevada and South Carolina, and all of a sudden he did the sneak attack, and in one night won Colorado, Missouri, and Minnesota, and all of a sudden he had the mojo.
Right.
So it has been done.
Right.
And in fact, right on the heels that came into Oklahoma here and got a huge lead, and so I think now who didn't it work for was when Giuliani decided to run. He put everything on Florida, and he didn't even make it to Florida.
Right.
So yeah, it's now who else skipped something? Reagan actually skipped Iowa altogether. He started New Hampshire.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember. So I was alive, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I was actually.
I'm sorry. Enough of my history.
Fantastic information. But back to my story.
Yeah.
The insidious thing here is we've got this cancer called socialism, and 100 teachers are all for it.
Are you still talking
and
that
they
story?
love this socialism thing, but because the problem with socialism is that it promotes group rights instead of individual rights, and we all know that everybody's an individual, but nobody is a group. But speaking of groups, though, there was this Berry Hill high school teacher that had a group of students that she had sex with recently, and so
I love your segue.
I said, this guy here, uno, dos, threesome is what I said. And so if you're going to go for the group rights thing, we've all got to get into the orgy somehow. But the socialism thing has got to be nipped in the bud in the schools, and that's the first thing we could do is get rid of teaching socialism and promoting socialism, which means we've got to get rid of socialist teachers that promote socialism and get back to promoting an individual basis.
We do, and we have to remember, because we're up against Medicare or Medicaid expansion this year. We have all sorts of socialist policies that they want to expand at all times, and they are there. Socialism is illegal. It's unconstitutional. It violates as many as 9 amendments to the U.S. Constitution's Bill of Rights. And so if you violate that many things and nobody's dealing it, everybody wants to work on, Medicaid expansion. Oh, we can't expand it. Hey, we got to get rid of it altogether.
Right.
Now, and that's the issue with public schooling. I guarantee you, schooling's not going to go away. And it's not going to go away for the poor, because everybody needs educated kids, and it will be
all we can
funded,
do is
but it'll be funded right.
We can push for local control over local area and get the feds out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's that, but again, it still can't be. It can't be government mandated even at a local area.
Mm-hmm.
It can be voluntary. It must be voluntary.
Right, and I'm just saying that any public schooling that goes on should be dealt with at the local level.
Yep.
And not mandatory.
Yep.
Well, and that'll be really dictated by the donors.